Sienna and I were talking about this earlier. Would you recommend actually using crystal glasses for this?
So this is this is on my hot list of recital stuff.
Awesome. It doesn't have to be crystal. I just did Jake's Earth Symphony, and in the last movement, I forget which movement. There's tuned water glasses, and we just used regular old wine glasses, and it worked fine. I did this with I cheated and
vibraphone, right?
With Bode vibraphone, and it was awesome. It was so much easier.
I've also seen like handbells have those too, and that might be good too, because that's like the same kind of effect, and you can then like pass it up to singers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
the water glasses can work. It's just the intonation. Is like.
It's just something to worry about.
Yeah.
Like it's like on the last day. When you don't want to be worrying about stuff like that.
Yeah. So, but I loved it with the Bode vibraphone. I thought that was really cool.
Okay.
So certainly not that you have to, but it's something to consider. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Signat Sinas precie meli, prece cavus caroiam. Prece cavus caroiam. Iceberg was silent, I too was silent. Caro cavi pedebesu, veris carus muse me. Veris carus muse me. Was true dark and cold. At 9 o'clock I was below in my cabin, when the captain hailed me with the words, come above, haul, come above at once, haul. The world is on fire. I knew his meaning, and quick as thought, I rushed to the companion stairs. In a moment I reached the deck, and as the cabin door swung open, a dazzling light, overpowering light, burst upon my startled senses. Sky was one glowing mass of colored flames, so mighty, so brave, like a pathway of light. The northern lights seemed to draw us into the sky. Yes, it was harp music, while storming in the darkness. The strings trembled and sparkled in the glow of the flames, like a shower of fiery darts, a fiery
Nice job.
Thank you.
I forgot about this piece. It's cool.
It's so good.
First, most importantly, I want an alignment check.
Okay.
And I just want you to be so much taller that when you get excited, you're just here.
Okay.
So just kind of going back to just that level of, I got this and I don't need to beg for anything. I'm just in charge and I'm going to take control of that. Musically, I thought you're showing some really nice dynamics. I see some nice contrast between the legato and some of the rhythmic stuff, which is great. Really fast at, just a quick technical thing, 106, 107, 108, 109 at that fermata.
Yeah, I had a question about that. It's a tricky fermata that I put in there. I want it to last a little longer than just the 2 beats. But with the entrance of the solo on beat 3 and holding the chorus until beat 3, I struggled with that when I was practicing it.
Yeah, I'm fine with the fermata. So, but what if it were just and it's sort of just an eye contact communication that because the soloist can just sort of go with your nod. I don't necessarily know that you have, again, it would depend on who it is, but you could just go, right? As long as you catch that prep. If you do need to give them a breath, there's also nothing saying there that, especially if you're adding a fermata, that it couldn't be still the glasses are ringing.
Okay. That solves that
Right.
problem. Great.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you really wanted to time it, you could go hold and then essentially do a multifunction.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
But if I want more space there anyway, so.
Yep. Yeah, I don't see
harm in adding.
see any major issue there.
Okay.
You want to try that?
Sure. How about 105?
Great.
Or I guess 104 makes more sense.
Dreams travel. Okay.
Dreams travel into seek, knock, see.
I think that's very clear. Yeah. And especially even the soloist would have communicated what you exactly once you went there as well. Yeah, nice. Okay, so let's go back now to Chimes theme E. Yeah, page 10. As compared to theme D, so the tempo marking at 53 is 69 to 76, and then 63 to 66 for your chimes, the theme E,
Uh-huh.
right? And then he also writes, calmly with sereneness or whatever,
Mhm.
and more expressive. I wonder if there you can do something. Well, I think that your tempo. I didn't check it on a metronome, but I would say that it felt kind of fast to me
Okay.
there. And I think if you slow it down, then your stringendo, your poco agitato stringendo, could be kind of more dramatic and more exciting for you, which I think you'll want. So can we practice the transition like basically from page 9 into page 10?
Sure.
I would argue that your slight writ that you've got written in at the bottom of the page at like 66 or whatever that is, could be a little bit earlier and or just more noticeable. More,
Okay.
yeah.
I was
Like,
trying to not make my tempo changes super noticeable after last, but
yeah.
but
But I
know,
think- I
fine,
mean,
no problem.
Yeah, I hear you. But I also think like you definitely want those two sections to feel, pretty different. There's that.
Sure.
I mean, he literally writes ecstatic versus serene or
Yeah.
calm. So,
Good point.
how about do you want to? Yeah, let's go back to right at theme D. Oh, the whole sky.
Okay.
One more time. What's forte look like if you were gonna sing it?
Good point. In my head, it's almost like a oh. That I didn't show that either, but there is this like.
Great.
Okay.
Good. Do that one more time. That was great. So then, what if by the time you get to the moment where the sopranos are on the high A, what if that then was so, right? Because then at that point they need to be the most grounded. But if there's a little bit of like
Okay.
into that, right? So that then we feel sort of that groundedness of like, holy crap, we had to gliss a full octave, and the sopranos are now screaming on a high A.
Okay.
Good, nice, much better. That just feels like enough contrast. I guess I didn't feel like there was very much contrast the first time, and that was like, oh, now I feel it.
Cool.
And then, how can you communicate as you do that writ? So we kind of talked about this a little bit last time or time before that. But in your diminuendo poco a poco and your writ, by nature a rallentando or a writ has to probably expand in size at least a little bit to be read. But ya ba ba beep 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 ba ba. Like what if it kind of came if here's bass line for plain, and left hand can sort of show more diminuendo there too. But what if bass line for plain sort of came up? Right, this will feel like it's even if the gesture is getting a little bit more stretched out so that we feel the tempo shift. I think you could shift here, and then yes it was harp music that and certainly in sky, like the measure, the downbeat of the page. So you're thinking ya ba ba beep ba ba beep ba ba beep ba ba beep ba 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 ba. Like what if you could just be like the wave pool has been turned off and it's the 15 minutes of no children in the water.
Dream.
The harp music. But I think your gesture itself can kind of lighten up, fluffier, lighter.
Okay.
Angel food cake, and then so from a high plane there, but then also just don't let us see the ictus as much. Yeah. Can you do it from like just right at 62, like the bottom system, pathway of light? Pathway of da, 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 da. you do, so can you trust your internal pulse and only show it here now? So your tempo change was great if I could have done that. But we also saw it here.
What?
So trust yourself,
no.
right? Yup, up. So you were here. Yup, up, up, beep, up, 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 beep, up, up, beep, up, up, beep, up. And the idea is we're calming down. So you gotta stay calm. Keep Kamala and stay calm. Mala.
Okay. Same place. 62.
Sure. Better.
Yes, it was our music, while the storm in the darkness, the strings trembled and sparkled in the glow of the flames, like a shower of fiery darts, a fiery crown of moonlight cast upon across the Arctic ice, like a pathway of light. Northern lights seem to draw us into
Good. Nice. Really good dynamic contrast there too, Sion. Very, very nice. One, like bottom of page 10, or mid, I guess top of page 10 too. You've got sort of some word stress that you want to bring out. You're doing a nice job of preparing the important syllable. What if your second syllable, you could care more about your second syllable too. So think low, play with low high. As it was harp music. Yep. Like to kind of dissipate a little bit more. Because I think a lot of times singers, they bring out the stressed syllable fine, but they don't decay on the unstressed syllable. And so I think if we can draw their attention to, whether it's verbally or just through gesture, we can draw their attention to less sound when we need less sound, because I just think choirs generally just sing too loud, right? Like we can get loud from choirs, no problem. It's the actual soft singing that is always a little bit trickier. So just getting people to see music, darkness, and you can play with how much weight and lack of weight you want to do, but play with that there for just a second. You want to start right at yes it was harp.
Yes, it
Sorry.
was. Yes, it was our music, while the storm in the darkness, the strings trembled and sparkled in the glow of the flames.
Nice.
Like
Good.
a shower.
Will you come back to the mirror for a second? I want you to do that same thing again, just even for 4 bars. And I want you, can you see what you did with your gesture was awesome. So watch the gesture and then simplify the head. So see if you can do it without getting the rest of your torso out of alignment. Because I think there's so much power in, and again, I move all the time, but the idea of like, it doesn't have to always come with the side of fries. Sometimes the burger's enough.
Until this year there's a lot of things I knew about conducting, but
It's all good. It's all good.
where am I?
Yes, it was hard.
Yes, it was.
Look at yourself.
Our music, while storming in the darkness.
Oh God, that's so elegant. Yeah, that's great. That is so much more elegant.
Cool.
and
you.
it's not gonna, because I'm worried too that again that I'm Rod Eichenberger says there's no such thing as a bad gesture, and it's mostly true, but it's not. There is no such thing as a bad gesture if you know that you're doing it.
Right.
If I don't know I'm doing this on every beat, you're not. But like if I literally bend my knees on every beat, then that's taking away some power. And I just think I would want, yes, it was harp music, as opposed to, yes, it was harp music, wild storming in the darkness. You want it in, we need it in the context.
Cool, thank you.
Whereas like when we get to the actual accent on shower and fiery, I'm not encouraging you to do it with the head, but that would make more sense at least, right?
I'm probably doing it really badly there.
Last thing, what about that's good. Theme B, theme A returns. There was one other spot I wanted to look at. Oh, how simple can you make your gesture at like, the beginning / like 19, just to pick a spot, like 19, where basically the soloist ideally is not really watching you, they're out performing and sort of catching you peripherally, versus how much do you have to change when the soprano twos take that theme. And
totally.
Yeah, so can just in our last couple minutes, can we start maybe right at the downbeat of 19? Or even if you want to pick up the soloist, that's fine, but
yeah, we'll do that pickup.
Taracavi piede messo, vedis carus museme, vedis carus museme. It was true, dark and cold.
good. Nice. Yeah, I like that. The calmness that time at 13 was gorgeous. I want that for you. I want that to be an option for you. Again, it's not all the time, but I want that to be an option for you more often.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, that's not 13. I meant 19. And then last question for you is, would you mind singing the second soprano part at 25?
Okay.
Again, like in the character that you like. I want to know what your dream is for it.
It was true, dark and cold. At 9 o'clock I was below.
Great. So then I think your gesture doesn't actually have to change that much from the top of the page to the bottom.
Okay.
Because I could hear it that way, and I could also hear it. It was true, dark and cold. At 9 o'clock, I was below. Like if you wanted a little bit more of that, like energy,
Agitation,
then I think that your gesture might need to change more. But if it was too dark and cold, like I think it can just mostly be what Andrew was kind of trying to work himself on just more of this. So will you just can you start right there at 25 downbeat, and then just kind of breathe into that space of it was true dark. It was true dark and cold. At 9 o'clock I was below. Yeah, that level of just serenity and just sort of, I'm sort of imagining someone just sitting on a boat, just in the middle of a beautiful lake that's perfectly still and serene, just looking up and going, here I am on the ground, serene, and I'm seeing craziness in the sky. Yeah, really, really nice. That's great. Good work on that. I keep thinking about all that good stuff.
It's similar feedback I got when I sang at Practicum. It's just something that.
Oh, good. Oh, you sang for Practicum too. Good.
Just
Remind me, are you studying with Jackie?
No,
Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Great.
Yeah. I didn't have to do it. I,
But you wanted to. That's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
I love
just,
that.
I decided to
Yeah.
persevere. So,
Good.
so yeah, that's
What'd you sing?
Sternum listed. Non disperado.
Oh, great.
by Handel.
Yeah, perfect. Oh, good.
Thank you. Thanks, Emily.
Welcome.